Selamat siang semua. Ya kita nobar guys ya, karena gue kaget tiba-tiba lihat schedule dan hari ini ternyata udah mulai guys. Valorant Master Tokyo guys ya, playoff bukan playoff, group stage dulu teman-teman ya. Halo guys, welcome teman-teman semua ya. Ntar nih gue ini dulu guys, sabar guys. Halo Bang, halo Ahmad Raffi. Oh gak burik ya gambar ya. Agak burik gak sih gambarnya guys? 1080 padahal loh. Halo Bang, halo Kodir. Ya nggak sih agak buruk ya?
Yeah, only one really that's dangerous. Snacks right here. What are you up to, HFMI? He is so deep.
No chance in hell of anybody be able to follow this one up. Still, they push through into the smokes, trying to take the fight to them with the stingers. And Mako with the lineup. Will it land? Will it buy him some time? But it's being whistled back and now playing together, pushing him, trying to play close. Mako also playing his life, but time. The molly as well now going to be fading. Aftershock into the side. That's going to be at least half onto the fuse stock all the way. Mako can't withstand it, that kind of damage. So a little bit shaky.
Twitch-nya mana sih guys? Kan tahu nggak sih Twitch-nya mana sih?
So far we have seen DRX just hammering the B site multiple times. Mako dropping back
ini sih
into his
harusnya benar
post-fight
guys.
position.
Udah bener ini Valorant
Yeah,
biasa.
it's not the Neon comp. It's not RB playing Neon
ASE,
and Zest
attacking
on
Seoul Esports
the
versus
fade,
DRX.
Without DRX having a lot of opportunities to match test this version of the team.
Bang udah nggak main Diablo bang, main.
I would expect them to fall back into their own ways of doing
malam
this
ada nggak bisa guys,
very
2 malam
formulaic
ini.
stuff over and over. And that does give attacking Seoul Esports an opportunity to punish DRX, you know? And it looks like we're going to get a really big clash down towards Tree. The weaponry is just so poor for the Chinese squad.
Oh, Jess nggak main Jess.
Foxy9 cannot see a thing. Relatively contained though. Shots are fired through.
Ini tim Cina serem juga ya.
So they do have that player advantage. A quick pivot now as well, making their way over towards the A side. Spike making its way down towards Sun. They haven't cleared the back of the site. Punk's still here, ready and waiting.
Ini Mako mati sih bahaya sih.
What can he do with it? Running all the way through onto the sides. The shots just missing. Monk out in the open.
Lumayan dapat satu cok.
Cleaned up.
Inter pun masih stressed bang, kenapa jadi Inter? Tim Cina ya, tim Cina lawan tim Korea cok. Sama-sama kuat nih guys.
Position's been given away doubly there by the alarm bot and the prowler. He's got a molly that'd be good for clearing out one area, but he's got to pick and choose. He picks correctly.
Doesn't force RB out into the open like he was hoping for. Fight needs to be isolated, but Buzz was on drop. He's already wrapped all the way around. Any chance of losing this round is really just nigh impossible, especially when that molly. Look at that, sailing all the way across. This is what DRX they love to do when they get set up in these post plants.
Okay.
And I think
tapi berdarah-darah cowok mati 3 berarti.
Oh, nice. The read on that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. It's just an impossible round
bisa mabar nggak bang? Nggak tahu deh.
But the way in which the DRX are approaching this
Ayolah, DRX
very
masuk kalah
similar
sih
to what
malu-malu
we've seen
ini.
from them so far in the past.
Baru pertama kali baru main,
when you have a team like attacking Seoul Esports that are still finding their footing on the global stage, do they have what it takes to be able to adjust their style and counter what DRX are doing? And go and, you know, fight aggressively.
Cok, ini cara sebut namanya gimana, Cok? HFMI 0DJC97Z.
Because otherwise, DRX are going to just be able to run these execs on you over and over.
Belum panas kali bang, boleh-boleh tim Cina nih. Iya boleh-boleh, ngeri ya.
You're going to have something in the back of your mind to just try and put a stop to it. Again. Default setup here. Fight to be taken over towards Arcade. Falls over it. Even the Obian committed out to the
nice Foxy9.
He adjusts the aim.
Nice.
Does respond. Rifles exchange. The bullets as well flying past.
Good smoke from Mako there on top of Generator. When you're playing against a double duelist comp, you've got to be careful of that angle.
Now he's holding down again that tree position. HFMI has been that solo lurker late.
Nice Mako, let's go.
This time
Mako dapat satu.
brought down with 2 players left standing.
Padahal kapan main Guardian Test lagi nggak tahu nih guys, ntar ya. Let's go. DRX, let's go. Adanya Paperrex sekarang nih hitungannya ya, gantian. Kemarin lu kakaknya, sekarang ya lu jadi adanya. Something nggak main kah bang, diganti sama BNK enggak? Itu Bisa kan masih bisa main kemungkinan besar. Masih nunggu guys Bisa mah.
Yeah, talking about confidence as well, and we said attacking Seoul Esports, they're kind of the new kids on the block, this wave of newer Chinese talent that are just so eager for Valorant to officially release in their region and for the whole scene to get kick-started.
Bang, kapan playoff? Playoff tuh sekitar kayaknya semingguan deh, semingguan setelah ini. Angka 16-an kayak guys.
You contrast them to EDG, who've been at a place like this before, and attacking Seoul Esports have been saying,
Keren cocok sih, sumpah nggak bohong guys. Keren banget Tokyo guys.
But we do still aim to win the championship. Whereas EDG, who've been to tournaments like this before, said we're just looking to win a match, make playoffs. You know. And you heard Yinsu talk about it after running some scrims around here, attacking Seoul Esports, saying that they realize they're a below average team, but it doesn't really matter where your average is if you turn up in the match. And DRX, they might offer you those opportunities. It's been tumultuous for them recently.
It's been all over the place in terms of that consistency, not really present. Life wants to take a fight with the knives in his hands. Prowler's taken care of. Rolling Thunder though. Clears all the way through as that weak goodbye, and the shots just aren't quite landing. The blades finding their marks.
Main Chorty mulu. Chorty udah di nerf belum sih tuh?
Pure rifle spam right
Oh
through.
belum, ini belum, masih patch lama cu.
Spunks got something quite cheeky. Not getting away with it. All up to YH once more.
Bang something tau bang, katanya masalah visa katanya ya. Ini belum di nerf cow, masih pasti patch lama.
Denied even that with Mako watching it.
DRX nih bos.
Win the pistol and a bit of a scrappy follow-up. It's been 3 in a row from DRX as they've just hammered these execs home. The DRX style recently
Protek kayak PC tapi Jepang bang. Tapi rame emang Jepang.
Really been going for too much nuance.
Tapi belum di nerf ini guys, ini harga apa? Phantom sama Vandal aja masih 90 abonnya.
When you play against a team that can't stop the execs, I mean DRX just get their perfect.
Ini masih patch lama kayak deh.
Insight every time, plant down, play the post plants.
And when they're not being really pushed back in any manner of form, if you're not fighting for that B main control, the A main control on the defensive side, you can start to see DRX really run away with it. Mako's built up the orbital strike. It's another tool that he can use. Potentially in the post plant. Bunt is so close to this corner here. There's nobody really to support him in the
Nice banget.
Open, sprayed down. YH making the most of it. Can't get the second. It's cleaned up.
I like this though.
Ini ntar pas attacker kayaknya si AC sering nih guys. Tim Cina pas attacker ngeri nih guys. Jangan so tau bang, nggak so tau cok, timingnya tai banget ya.
So with Mako planting, it's gonna have to be somebody else reclearing this area.
A little bit of a hesitancy because you can see they realize, oh, we don't have a main control. RB's the one who has to pick up the pieces. He's gonna meet in the opposite end of these rifles. Fight's still being taken. Oh, Foxy9 really turning up. He's low though. Nade forcing him out of position. He falls to it, and it's just down to Buzz. He's playing the nano swarms across the map. Bit of a difference of an approach. It's broken though. Now he's forced to try and take this fight here. Showstopper over the top, and there we go. Rocket sailing right past. Collects and rewarded. 3-3 being that round score, so Diffuser's stuck all the way.
Ngeri juga coy.
A big ult, big diffuse, round on the board. That's going to start the confidence going again.
Jepang rame banget coy, Protek. Belum liat stacknya sih, stacknya pengen guys. Keren nggak sih stage-nya guys?
That's a nice little birthday present, isn't it? Being able to play at Masters Tokyo.
Maybe we'll see even more. Might be a day of celebration.
Di mana bang soal tim Cina?
Sudah
dapat 3 masih kalah.
Yeah, I mean, they're the massive underdogs though. It's got to be reiterated. DRX, huge favorites to be able to take this game. Their win rate in the group stage of tournaments like this is 78%. Did you say?
Kayak login kemarin bagaimana ya?
Their group stage matches.
Crazy.
They are dominant at the beginning of these tournaments. Whenever teams.
Wah gila Bas mati nih Bas kalau sendiri nih. Ya Bas sendiri cok, mati cok Bas cok.
Here's a little contact north side crunch.
Buzz, he's trying to rummage and run to the ropes. Nope, he will not be able to latch onto that. So a bit of a punish.
Bit of an aggressive position by Buzz, but he was expecting them to use utility earlier than that. Got caught out.
Orbital lockdown, orbital strike has to be used for it.
Mako nih bos.
The ultimate's just 1-for-1.
But he caught life as well.
How did life falls to that? So post-plan positions for DRX once more. Still have that tree control, Josh. I'm telling you.
Satu orang low tuh 5 AP doang.
Incredibly important. Where Mako's going to be playing from almost all the time. I'd love if they sent HFMI underneath.
Straight to the side.
Yo,
does not collect the kill. It's all over the place, but still anchored to the side here. It's RB to do the most, but again, you have this aftershock to deal with. And then there's the molly. They lay her out on top of one another. It's body blocked. Cheeky play there by Monk. I think that was in the moment call. He tried to shoulder check it, but it's not enough to offset the trajectory of it. And now the fight needs to be taken close and personal, exactly where Mako likes it. Nice. His way through with the fault line to set up the easy kill there, but
tim AC di rest tim AC dipanggilnya apa bang? Nggak tahu cok. Bikin nama aneh-aneh banget orang ya.
They've got some ults to work with, but this has still been comfortable for DRX. And I think that'll be a breath of relief for them, to be honest. Having this kind of decent start to the game when you're running a team that you haven't been playing with in the lower bracket final.
Cosplaynya ngeri cok. HDMI.
And also a composition that you've only run
HDMI.
once. normally when they have Foxy9 and RB in here, they're going to play double duelist, something like that. Jet Rays or Neon Rays.
This is
Diras
explosive.
cok. Mati dia nih.
Right through sand line, holds it. Has the dash, will not get much more though. Couldn't activate it, couldn't disengage. Again, that side's going to be theirs. It's again very standard from DRX. They love to do the splits into A, straight through sand.
RB nih bos, nyala bos, vandalnya bos.
Yeah, and
his presence with the fast lane a bit more, but yeah.
The fact that there isn't a Neon does offer more opportunities for attacking Soul to find those timings and throw counter utility, hold their ground a little more, you could argue too, because you don't have that pace. I mean, you look at the way that Foxy9 is.
Nice banget Bas, bro.
And he's sometimes quite far ahead of the rest of the DRX players, but we're not really seeing attacking Soul try and stop the hits. They're playing retake every round. This is going to be a very difficult one again. Monk's got 5 health.
Yeah, he just got drop off there. You got to.
Kayaknya belum di VA belum nih, Cok. Fahmi aja Bang, bacanya Fahmi. The fuck, Fahmi.
On a half-by round, it stings a little bit when you're the player with the rifle and you haven't really been able to have any impact.
Seru ya anjir. Selamat siang, Sir. Weh, Bos Aaron, halo bro.
Coordinated on these executes.
Anjay, Foxy9 main lagi. Iya. Gua nggak ngerti guys, di DRX ini tim utamanya siapa sebenarnya sih? Foxy9 apa si Jess sih?
That's where the crumble has started to occur sometimes. But in this game, smooth sailing. I'm looking for an adjustment. What I'd like to see here is, sure, attacking Soul Esports are not going to commit heavily to hard anchors.
Tim saya dari Cina Bang, iya.
But they have a breach ult to work with. And instead of playing that for a set retake where you all leave the site and then you go in together, I'd like to see them try and place one player on site.
Paperrex kapan Bang? Playoff, Paperrex playoff, langsung masuk playoff guys.
The player that's committed. Now weirdly, YH does tend to hard anchor on breach on A. So that isn't really going to help him if he continues doing that.
It's the same setup from DRX. I mean, you just go for the B split. No contesting towards tunnel or B main, so it's a free lockdown. There's no orbital strike in play, so it can't be removed. It's going to clear out the side. Look at life. I mean, the guy's none the wiser. Plan's going down, though. He will be detained. So maybe there's going to be a follow-up here from attacking Soul Esports. Anything to try and offset it. Dodging, juking, weaving, Rolling Thunder comes in. It's a little bit too late, close to Jenny. Nano Swarm in the smoke. Everybody's just wading right through it, and Buzz is eviscerating them. Can't withstand that. Cross the ropes, hip and a hop, cheeky movement. HFMI, how's he getting away with that? Plan goes down, and now you're really feeling the heat, but all revealed from the haunt. The spray transfer of Mako is immaculate.
Playoff sekitar seminggu lagi Bang, iya.
The most consistent player and arguably the best controller we have in the world right now. Just cleaning things up towards the end. And that's a nice idea from ASE. They did what I was talking about in terms of trying to support the players by popping that breach ult as
Bas, let's go Bas.
Unfortunately, they just hard committed to it too much. When it's countered by a nanoswarm, you can't just give your life by
kayaknya sih DRX menang sih. Si AC ini masih di bawah tim Korea sih hitungannya permainannya.
Bear in mind too that with Mako getting those last couple of the haunt reveal, this is only RB's second time ever playing Fade. The only other time he's played Fade was when DRX ran this against DFM.
Yeah.
He is hyper flexible.
Being asked to step up as well. Not too sure how much time they've had in terms of practice.
Secara eksperimen turnamen sih gitu ya Bang. Iya, makanya satu.
I mean, that's a very good question, Brent. Yeah. How much time have they had to practice and with what team?
Exactly. What iteration of the roster, because it has been chopping and changing. This time, look at Buzz. He's learned his lesson. He's
pengen lihat perkembangan EDG ya. EDG juga penasaran sih gua. EDG ntar abisnya EDG guys ya lawan T1 ya.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Buzz is not actually being required to lurk here at all because the site execs are working so well. So why not? I mean, play it as safe as you possibly can. Just give info to the rest of your team on where to react to in the rest of the map. I think this makes perfect sense from Buzz.
Alang si T1 nih kalau kayak DG kayak lebih kuat dari T1. Kalau DRX tuh di atas tetap.
And attacking Soul Esports need some information here. They need to find out where the exec is going to come through, but nobody really looking like they want to take a push. They don't have any information agents either, so that really comes down to life and HFMI to take more aggressive duels.
Ngapain begitu ya? Ngapain begitu ya?
It does clear through, but it's a 2 for 2. 3-on-3 action through the smoke there. Bun takes great timing as the spike drops down to the floor. Control gain for it. A solo fight by HFMI. No one's ready to follow up, but time is running so damn short. And Mako, when he's cleaned up, it's all up to Buzz.
Banget DRX.
The resource is running out.
Foxy-nya begitu Cok nembak ya. Kan. Tiang kok iya ada Mas Bayu Rar.
That's a big one. It really is. That's the first time where we've seen attacking Seoul Esports be able to stop a push when it's happening by
Itu jelek banget Cok. Ini Foxy ngapain lompatnya begitu doang anjir.
Foxy9 is in a different zip code from the rest of his team there on the entry.
Earlier, man, he's way ahead of his team when he's going for these entries.
Right, and that's the kind of thing where when you play against a team that doesn't punish it, it looks like he's, you know, fantastic entry player, but
ya Foxy9 turun lagi Cok anjir.
lent them more towards the Zest iteration of the roster.
Bang nggak dikirimin HyperX Claw 3. Belum guys, ntar minta nih.
It's been smooth sailing.
Tuh, emang lebih bagus ya ST ya.
Take that and make something of it.
Stun close to the side, just spotting the shoulder. Foxy9.
Itu dong.
Beautiful.
Lovely reset. It's too collected.
And his mechanics are never in doubt. Bunt is in such an odd spot here, just hiding in the smoke.
In the main smoke. He knows he's surrounded. Locks onto it. Mako's taken out. Doesn't have his util there. A main controls also there. There's a fight to be taken towards B main, but all is happening. Orbital strike clears through. No kill to be found off of it. This positioning is so awkward. Stacks. It's brought down low. Only close to the corner. And you see a wide fight, and they do double face it. At the same time here, DRX need to get a bit of a move on. They don't have control of any of this. What a position. What a kill to find. Nana Swarm, it's too short. Doesn't land onto it. Damage done. Still spamming. Stops to defuse. And Buzz. He contains.
Gila, Buzz.
Safe hands from him, and it's a red ball clutch.
Oh, what a play there towards the end from Buzz. He knew that his Nana Swarm had failed.
DRX lagi turun performanya guys.
On that piece of utility too much, not be able to win the 1v2.
Tuh ada Buzz lo penyelamat anjir.
Perfect. And Foxy9 sets it up with a double kill. Buzz closes it. That was almost Bunt's round. He hid inside that smoke, got a kill, got his orbital strike online, almost got stacks.
Ini si DRX lagi turun hitungannya guys, performanya guys tuh. Foxy sama Stacks nggak ini lagi. Gak sebagus dulu guys sekarang DRX mah. Atau emang udah kebaca, antara udah nggak sebagus dulu atau nggak ada kebaca guys gameplaynya.
Beginning here for DRX. I mean, they love to do it. The splits into B. This time though, they dump a bit of that util.
Menurut gue sih agak kurang guys, ini masih hitungannya masih sengit-sengit lah. Karena komposisi agennya si AC ini dia attacking.
He just wants to take the fight. Life up into the corner, double up trap, he's avoiding it, dash, disengage, re-engage, he's all over the place. What a kill to find. The Bucky. That's 2 in tower. Mako. Rocket to the side, dodging, juking, trying to avoid it. Damage is done.
Kan? Tuh.
And a kill, and the round is theirs. Attacking Seoul Esports, making it respectable.
And Brent, can you tell you're watching Chinese Valorant? Because I feel like I can. Life's play there is ridiculous. Bunt just decides he's had enough of letting them get free execs.
Gimana caranya bisa begitu anjir?
And then gets a 2K with a Bucky.
Yeah, I mean, what are we watching? The Fortnite World Cup? It's like some double pump action or something, man. I mean, he's just got the shotty up there. It's crazy stuff.
Dia lebih ke defender, iya betul.
Beginning here, the first half of Fracture. Mac obviously leading as well, but yeah, listen, maybe more than respectable here for attacking Seoul Esports. Let's send it down to the desk.
Wih, lagunya.
Thank you very much, you guys. What a half. That was so much fun to watch. Kuka, we're not used to Valorant this fast, I feel like.
I come from EMEA. That was like 1 minute and a half for me. Like every single execute, every single thing in the round was happening so fast. It's such a complicated map to follow that somehow I was getting.
I mean, let's talk about those rounds, because Mimi, we hyped up Mako as the guy that could pull DRX out of difficult situations, and my God, did he?
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely did here.
Ngambil job tambahan, Cok.
They're classic. We're an execute-heavy team. We're going to hit the sites. ASC wasn't really ever able to shut it down, which meant they were consistently playing retake against this double.
Ben kayak ngambil job cadangan, Cok.
Mako's just a lineup player. Every round, he's just sitting spawn, has his Molly come in, he'll come around the corner, and clutches out. It's so incredibly consistent for him winning in these late rounds, which allows DRX to stay in this execute-heavy style. It works for them.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with playing retake every round. I felt that if you want to play against DRX, you have to have a much better protocol than what ASE had, and they had to flank the market and play that post plan.
You think with their composition they would do that. Most teams with the double duels are so proactive pushing those extremities, but after it was shut down a few times, they really
Statsnya sih, statsnya nih
Yeah, exactly. I think that they were
Oke lah ya.
like they wanted to try and make
Ih,
DRX.
gede banget anjir statsnya nih bro. Gila rame lagi guys. Yang nonton guys, lihat guys.
I think that they found
Crowdnya gila cok. Penuh cok. Ih penuh
Look at the score
anjir.
at
Lihat
the
guys.
end
Penuh
of the half.
coy.
I think that they achieved a lot so far.
I mean, Benkai, what do they do ASC as they switch halves?
I feel like they really have to put their foot.
Cok ganteng banget thumbnailnya. Ya kan lagi di Tokyo cok.
More?
Bring the pace to DRX.
Jadi anime.
more than what we saw in the first half.
He plays for Paperrex, Cuckoo. Of
he's
course he wants more.
Yeah, what else is he going to say? That's good advice, honestly, for this team. I think it's about reinstilling confidence, continuing to play your own game, because 5-7 is
Lagunya enak juga ya?
because DRX is playing well.
Yeah, well,
5-7
Benkai
guys, agak
wants
seri ya.
more aggression from ASC, Saito and Brent. Let's see if we're gonna get that.
Certainly hope so. I mean, listen, it's been
Tadi pagi
electric so
si
far. Really
EG
just
sama itu menang siapa guys? EG. Evangelion kan tadi
impact
pagi
that
main.
Chinese Valorant has, man. I mean, they are so willing to take fights. The unorthodox play is sometimes the best one.
I don't want to put a damper on it as well, though, but the
Oh,
last
EG
time
menang,
DRX
FUT
ran this comp,
EG.
they only ran it once against DFM. They had a 5-7 half, and then they won 8 rounds in a row on their defense side.
Yo, Demon One ngeri banget Demon One ya.
DRX potentially set up for absolute
Ini
dominance.
Demon One ini kayak si something tuh hitungannya cok.
Pass for them running this comp.
Yeah, I think it's a decent point.
Gua ngeliat gameplaynya gila banget coba Rena.
Increasing the tempo, increasing the pace a little bit, disrupting those timings. Don't let DRX set up themselves for
Kan.
any sort of retakes, and that is a
Ini
lovely
MM
fight
orang
to be
China
taken.
gini nih anjir serem
Also,
banget
the
cok.
Foxy9 peeking in front of the stun, right? Stacks. Zest isn't in the lineup. Come on.
Yep.
All right, Stacks is throwing that fault line through there so that Foxy9 can set up on a peak, and he's actually peeking in front of when that stun is going to hit. So that gives Life the opening kill, and attacking Seoul Esports are really slow here. They're trying not to give anything away to DRX. And I don't mind this as long as it ends.
Gameplay duelis gila support teammate yang kayak gitu bakal ngaruh banget sih iya cok.
45 seconds roughly.
Okay.
Smoke's going to be dropped down.
Waduh, Bas mati sini.
Buzz is feeling it. Shot to the side flash as well. He dodged it, jumping all over the place. The right clicks eventually.
Ya, reload
Ready to
juga
breathe.
dia.
No bullets in the clip. It's back and forth. This way, that way, in and out of the smokes. Providing that coverage. Obfuscating. A bit of a
Nice
transfer
banget
attempt there.
DRX, bro.
Frenzy all up to YH. Picks up the Ghost. Reloads. It's
That's
a
the same
1v2.
Ghost that
It
had no
is.
bullets in.
Now, already punishing 2 of the players still. What can YH do? Over the top of the horn, wants to isolate one of the fights, but can't land the shots.
Let's go.
Tried to reset it, tried to calm it down. Pissed
Nice
around.
defense ya
DRX.
defense.
Great play from Stacks there. I mean, he's had so much on his plate as the IGL recently.
Mako udah balik cok, Mako pas on Paperrex turun cok. Sekarang udah
I
balik
think
dia.
there's fair criticisms to level at how he's leading the team, but his breach on Fracture, there are never any criticisms that are fair.
Dukung DRX lah, kan Asia. Cahaya Asia, cahaya Asia.
Realizing he's not being held.
Cahaya
and all
Pasifik
of the
coy.
stuns that he has to be able to punish. The one for Foxy9 to peek, one that goes into heaven or that disrupts hits from coming through. He looks immaculate on the breach on this map.
Yeah, it's all really
Wah,
nice.
apain tuh anjing berempat cok anjing.
Big group up here. Attacking Seoul Esports. Knocked down to the eco on the north side, but they are steadily gaining control. A drop here.
I like this. Throw something funky in there. 4 players from drop.
Fault line, Smokes. Dropped across here. Foxy9 in a bit of trouble, yet nevertheless still able to click those 2 kills.
Where you going, YH?
What? Ini smokernya si Cina juga ngeri juga itu.
Spotted, but no,
What the hell? Dapat 2 kill pakai plastik.
in the open. It will be that plan. They push that one back. So get themselves into the post plan. It's a bulldog in the hands of Monk. Maybe
Enggak tuh
see
kill deh.
something. Reposition here. One of the now power button. Force that fight. That is lovely. Real precise there. Snappy. That's how RB's looking for the form currently.
Bahkan lucu men.
So
Match
clean
pertama,
forward
match
from
kedua, match
DRX,
kedua.
and they
Match
keep
pertama
4
tadi si
bulldogs in
EG.
there. A bit of a different way of approaching
Evangelion lawan FUT udah dia udah kelar.
I wonder if that's because they're giving maximum respect to attacking Seoul Esports' chances of going for something ludicrous with a force or buckies all over the place or whatever it may be. But it's going to give them some decent riflery to be able to work into
Gak
the next
main bang,
round.
enggak Nobar doang.
And you heard Benkai on the desk talk about it. He wanted the pace to be increased for attacking Seoul Esports. Normally the double duelist comps are going to want to fight very aggressively once they get to a site.
Match pertama siapa yang menang dari mana bang? Match pertama yang menang itu EG dari Amerika melawan FUT dari EMEA dari Eropa. EG lagi kuat-kuatnya juga guys.
close their buy around.
It's gonna be the same again. Quite slow, contacty, not
Oke,
really
Indo
using
menang.
any
Indo adanya di
utility at the
Paperrex
beginning
doang,
to
guys.
fight for map control. And that's gonna give DRX so much kind of info around the map here. They've got an alarm.
Yang menang login kemarin langsung masuk di playoff ya, Bang. Iya.
No util to really
Nah,
just
playoff tuh cuma juara 1-2, guys.
He just wanted to take the fight.
There was a fault line actually thrown from YH, but it only went towards one side of Halts. And that's the problem with using it 20 seconds into the round, is that you just don't know where people could be positioned. If you do that at the start, yeah, they have to be there.
Smoke's in his hand, drop down now. Flash as well, but still looking to try and anchor. He knows the tower is compromised. He's holding that. Will there be a swing together? The timing is taken, and the smoke is watched for. Barreling through, they do gain the site, but you better get that plant. They don't have control of B main anymore. It's a big wrap around, a whole really large flank. So Foxy9 looking to try and take control of this with stacks. A ton of util left at their disposal. And here's the first part of it. Fault line. Into the corner. Flash. Let's catch. Foxy9's weak. Stunned up though. There's a counter stun. That's quite nice. Post plan positions though. That's the aftershock to push them out into the open. It's up to life to contain.
Gila,
Wow.
jetnya bro ngeri banget.
Much more than that. 3 in the round. Basically wins it for them.
Great work. I liked his pathing on the execute itself as well, going up through tower.
Ngeri bener aimnya.
Such a pinch on any player that was deciding to anchor on the site. He's a top fragger from the team, and we heard the desk talking about the fact that they think he's brought some experience from EDG too. Remember that this is a player that, while he was playing for a long time on EDG, the best team in China, he actually only got really half of his opportunity to play at a big global tournament.
Si Jetnya itu live tuh dari
He ended up
ADG.
falling ill,
Baru tahu.
missing out to Smoggy, who ended up subbing in, and then eventually full-time replacing him. So, Life should have perhaps more experience under his belt at these global tournaments than he does. He made the trip before, but only ended up being able to play one match. So this will be a great opportunity for him to really show what people were missing last time around.
Absolutely. I mean, we know this guy's got firepower. I'm telling you, Josh, the amount of VODs I watched where he was just absolutely dry swinging through smokes and killing 3 was unbelievable.
I mean, the combo of Life and HFMI, they love doing that.
Yeah, it's a speciality.
Or just with a single piece of utility, so that they can prove to the team, look, I didn't dry swing. It was supported.
It was supported. HFMI pushed up into the 4 position, but he's spammable behind the box, so has to disengage, reposition now, and he set his team up now for a bit of a B-pop.
Exactly, but Buzz has spotted the information. This is going to call the rotate very quickly.
Yeah, Smokes immediately dropped down. Look at that. Quick to support. Playing inside the Smokes. Buzz wants to try and hunt him down, and indeed he does. Life, he falls. Don't get past this Smoke. There's a molly drop down at the
feet. Let's go. Tuh Buzz napa balik lagi ya?
And look at how good DRX are.
Lester gimana ada baca nama race-nya, nggak tahu deh.
Oh, they just waited out though. They want to take the fight anyway. Swinging through, they bide their time.
Aduh, kok kalah lagi sih?
Adjust as well, but the aim can't quite land that spray transfer. RB just wide out into the open. He'll fall. Lovely little switch up, I think, into the timing there for attacking Seoul Esports. Foxy even denied as well the chance to grab the orb, and he's essentially forced.
Kalau nonton yang Indo, mau nggak? Coba tes. Tapi pasti lebih lambat, guys.
Dari arah arcade mampu mendapatkan bus, dan Ban pun berhasil nembusin masuk. Stacks mencoba namun tidak bisa. Dan HMMI 0DCJC9Z7 headshot yang cantik, dan RB pun tumbang. Lagi-lagi
lama guys, beda kan dirinya.
Foxy9 tertinggal sendirian, dan attacking Seoul Esports menunjukkan dominasi dan kekuatan mereka di attacker side. Round demi round mereka berhasil dapatkan, dan ekonomi mereka mulai terlihat mengerikan.
Si Wilson nyebut namanya kecek. Sevi 0DCJC9Z7.
Gak ada takutnya, gila itu nembusin smoke. Si Monk, aduh, shit. Gila. Itu Bas kaget di side.
Pasti kaget, lah ini kenapa depan
ini
gua ada
tiba-tiba Killjoy. Enak banget nih ngelewat depan smoke nih. Gak ada sopan santunnya nih orang nih. Tiba-tiba langsung kayak
delaynya lama juga, iya makanya kalau Indo tuh lumayan delay lama guys.
Gila itu.
Kalau gue yang Inggris tuh lebih cepet.
Itu udah kelihatan banget DRX. Bahaya coy, sumpah coy, jadi kasih play coy. Setiap ada yang mati, pemain DRX yang lagi ngumpet, nge-swing. Setiap ada pemain DRX yang kepick, pemain yang lagi off angle, nge-pick. Nih, dia mati tuh, langsung nge-swing. Satu orang katin mati, orang GN-nya nge-swing. Kayak emang udah mereka nggak mau sampai ngasih strategi Seoul Esports ini nge-play.
Ngeri coy. Yang playoff siapa aja bang sampai Paperrex? Playoff itu kalau nggak salah sih
karena mereka di round ini
dari Amerika siapa sih menang?
Dan operator attacking.
Cloud HyperX
dari
Fnatic
Attacking Soul Esports
sama
live. Dia
Liquid
punya
dong
Blast
4
Storm di round
berarti.
ini. Jadi dia akan memainkan operator ini terlebih dahulu, tapi DRX mereka nge-pushnya A-main. B-main hanya
banget, Bang, delaynya, Bang.
Bass dengan Judge. Ya tentu mungkin nanti akan
Ini nggak apa-apa, berarti Indo aja biar kalian bisa denger juga ya suara si caster ya.
Bass ke spot, dia ada di side B. Dan turret ini akan dihancurkan. Eksekusi harusnya sebentar
Udah sini
lagi
masuk lagi nih.
dilakukan oleh Attacking Soul Esports. Setup. Udah ada fault line Secher. Teori geser. Spike terpasang. Apakah Attacking Soul Esports akan ngambil tower? Di belakangnya akan dijaga. Ban akan coba untuk menahan. Tapi masih ada Foxy9 yang menggunakan Vandal dan Operator miss. Dan masih ada kill juga rupanya datang dari HyperX DZJC9C-Z7. Gue udah gak tau ngomong apaan. Tapi ini nggak bisa, cuy. DRX kejepit, satu kill didapatkan RB. This is RB akan mencoba yang kedua, tapi lagi-lagi HFM Indo DZJC9Z7 mendapatkan triple killnya.
Ini bahaya bro, ini bahaya bro.
Bass Judge yang gak laku sama sekali di tower. Dianggurin.
Dikacangin coy. Kayaknya mereka tahu oke ini killjoy-nya sus banget nih. Naruh turret di sini, tapi gak kelihatan sama sekali di side. Udah pasti tower pakai Jens nih. Dan emang kelihatannya mereka pengen main post plan ya. Mereka pengen naruh band di belakang, tapi bandnya tumbang. Dan DRX sebenarnya udah expect, oke kita push aja, kayaknya mereka bakal main jauh, kita coba jepit. Sebenarnya udah kelihatan berhasil, tapi lagi-lagi mereka kalah senjata dan kalah dari segi tembakan.
Langsung line up, cok.
Soul Esports semuanya rata, semuanya nembak dan band. Aku nggak tahu dia mau line up Molly kemana. Dan kelihatannya itu Molly bakal masuk ke arah tower dan Live berhasil mendapatkan Foxy9, Rolling Thunder digunakan. Dipaksa cabut RB. Dan Stax punya Rolling Thunder. Oh, lu lihat. Ini biar kalau misalkan kabur, itu bisa ditahan dan Mako. Gua nggak tahu apa yang terjadi di round ini, toh. Ini definisi Tarkam yang sesungguhnya. Kelihatan semuanya kill ada di dalam smoke. Kelihatan semuanya nembak yang ngasal, tapi dari kill feed kita ngelihat kill yang sangat deras untuk DRX. Apa yang bisa dilakukan oleh Ban?
Enggak nggak main bang, enggak masuk guys.
Ini smoke yang cukup menarik biar dia bisa nyebrang, tapi ada timing dari Bass. Dan DRX akhirnya mendapatkan
kalau
satu
masuk
angka
Tokyo,
lagi di Defender.
mampu bersaing nggak? Kayaknya belum deh guys. Ini kelasnya udah gila banget guys.
Molly dari Ban itu dia nge-line up tower, jadi mungkin mereka pengen ngambil nge-push arcade. Pikiran mereka adalah, oke kalau kita push, harusnya mereka bakal mundur ke arah tower, mundur ke arah side. Towernya digerebek berlima, jadi kejepit tuh, udah nggak bisa kemana-mana. Untungnya nggak ada yang main di tower tadi.
Ngeri.
Untungnya masih bisa survive. Tapi kelihatan ada vision dari
Nanti langsung playoff karena second place ya atau karena lock-in. Karena lock-in, kan yang menang lock-in itu kan dapat slot tambahan untuk regen dia masuk ke Master sama Master Tokyo.
Ini Tarkam
berarti Master Tokyo ini kan berarti dari EMEA kan dapat 3 slot. Dapat 4 slot berarti guys. Duanya berarti langsung juara 1 itu kan masuk ke playoff gitu.
Itu tadi kelihatan banget coy. Semua util keluar, Stax keluarin semua util yang dia punya. Kayak dia fault line, dia flash, dia aftershock, bener-bener supaya
suaranya kecil dikit bang ya.
Tadi di DRX udah cosplay apa ya? Sudah sepertinya Tarkam enak juga guys. Daripada capek-capek gue mikir, capek-capek gue nge-call, udah kita adu tembak aja sama tim ini lah. Dan itu kelihatan banget di round tadi sudah mencerminkan kalau di DRX udah mulai mau diajak.
Tapi kenapa bisa masuk bang? Karena itu karena slotnya tambah 1 guys. Jadi harusnya kan 3 tim per region. Pasifik 3.
Finally diambil.
Pasifik 3.
Tactical timeout pertama.
Amerika 3. Eropa 3. Cina 2. Kan kurang 1 tuh biar 12. Yang menang lock-in kemarin masuk guys. Slotnya dari Master ya.
3 ultimate dari DRX melawan 1 ultimate dari Ban. Iya tuh orbital strike. Oh sekarang udah main fast push. Dan lu lihat tembakan dari Live. Apakah cornernya akan dicek? 1 kill, 2 kill didapatkan. Dan langsung cabut. Cepat Edotor tapi dia nggak ada yang di belakang ada Live. Dan Nightfall sempat keluar dari RB. Tapi Monk dia sudah sampai di drop. Dan akan ngepick via spawn dan keringan lagi-lagi mendapatkan kill. Untungnya RB bisa nge-delete live. RB harus menahan nyawanya. Tapi orbital strike akan membakar RB di sana. Sehingga hanya menyisakan Bass seorang diri.
Susah nih bro.
Lagi-lagi Bass punya PR berat.
MW 4 bang, FOT itu lagi bang. Iya betul bahkan ya.
Untuk kedua kalinya. Dan dia akan selipin smoke ini, tapi turret sudah kontak. Apakah apapun dilakukan oleh Bas? Hanya 1 kill. Lu bisa lihat attacking Soul Esports. Itu mereka yang post plan. Tapi mereka yang swing duluan. 1, 2, 3. San.
Iersan.
San. Langsung nge-swing coy.
Iya, Anto kurang ajar.
Allah. No, ini kau sama. Beda tuh.
Itu si penco tuh.
Beda tuh.
Kau lấy con cổ à.
Kau lấy con cổ à.
Kau xỉn, kau xỉn. Kau xỉn à.
Kau xỉn, kau xỉn lah.
Cổ à.
Aduh.
Aduh, gila coy. Sumpah ini tim.
Gila banget.
Ini bukan untuk dicontoh di rumah ya
Iya,
adik-adik.
teman-teman jangan ya.
Ini lu harus punya mechanical yang gila banget dan setara sama taking Soul Esports untuk melakukan hal-hal yang mereka lakukan. Dan lu lihat Stacks aja pusing coy. Kok bisa ada tim main kayak begini kata mereka. Dan ada lockdown dari Monk.
Roti.
Udah siap banget dia pakai lockdown ini buat ngusir pemain-pemain DRX dari dalam side. Dan ini bakal kepancing. DRX bakal kepancing harusnya buat rotate ke arah side B. Dan bener aja mereka bakal rotate ke arah side B. Karena lagi-lagi conditioning dari attacking Soul Esports adalah mereka nggak pernah nge-fake di beberapa round sebelumnya. Dan ketika round krusial ini mereka nge-fake. Dan live connect through the smoke headshot. RB tumbang. Dan Monk bakal ngangkat rotation Bas di ayam-ayamin DRX. Live memberikan 1 kill lagi. Dan kelihatannya akan mengkonfirmasi double digit untuk attacking Soul Esports. HyperX Indonesia JJ9Z7 dengan double headshotnya mengkonfirmasi double digit untuk attacking Soul Esports.
No, DRX kenapa nih bro?
DRX berhasil dikejar. Dan gua nggak kaget kalau tactical timeout keluar sekarang.
Sama.
Lu lihat nih, di trace. Tapi gila ini di ayam-ayamin DRX. Lu lihat nih.
Ya Allah tembakannya.
Gimana,
itu apa itu loh?
Gimana tuh cara nembak kayak gitu tuh?
Itu Mako. Lah kok gini? Harusnya nggak gini nih skenario kalau gue main di Pasifik kemarin nih. Di Pasifik kemarin gue nggak nemu yang begini gitu deh.
Gila. Wah. Red gue nge-call tactical masih bener dong.
Masih benar.
Aman coy.
Masih aman coy.
Gila. Gila.
Ngeri coy anjir. Masa ya comeback? Ya bisa jadi Jo. Kuat banget guys.
Attacking Soul Esports ataupun Edward Gaming ketemu lah sama Paperrex lah.
Ini Termi ya udah pasti kayak oke guys, kita main kayak gini. Di attacking Soul Esports. Kita ngapain bos? Tembak aja udah.
Kita ngapain bos?
Hantam mereka.
Kita ngapain bos? Dah push aja tuh. Emen gitu deh. Dah lu stun emen udah. Emen.
Ngeri coy tim Cina. Emang ngeri guys udah dibilangin. Tim Cina tuh ngeri guys M-nya. Dari dulu dari zaman CS kan. Ngeri guys.
Biasanya kan kalau kita combat, nih mana Son? Mending lu orang gini, terus orang gini. Mana? Dah push emen, dah push B-man. Dah simple strat coy.
Gila, ini DRX. Kelihatannya mereka udah kena conditioning sama attacking Soul Esports. Ketika tadi lockdown dipakai, terus mereka langsung keluarin beberapa utility doang buat mancing DRX muter, semuanya muter. Dan DRX kepancing abis-abisan, jadi mungkin tactical
AM versus strats, iya sih.
Termi buat ngasih tahu kayak, oke kita nggak boleh terlalu early rotate. Masalahnya mereka juga punya masalah kalau kita nggak early rotate, mereka dapat post plan.
Itu.
Lalu ayamku,
kita lagi
latihan tante. Pusing udah itu real tuh attacking Soul Esports. Kalau udah dapat spike plan, kita lagi latihan tante.
Wah line up yang sama coy. Lagi. Arcade-nya tuh. Udah mulai maju, defense-nya di aftershock. Buset. Di obok-obok, orang side bingung tapi Bas berhasil bertahan dan masih
nice banget.
ada Stacks bersama dengan Mako. Yang akan menahan side ini dan di belakang ada Ban yang memang dapetin kill. Tapi dua pemain ini udah low HP. Dan Stacks, dia tidak melihat Mong di sana. Sekarang jadi 2 lawan 2. Ini terlihat mengerikan. Tembakannya terlalu mengerikan tapi Mako.
Anjir Mako lihat dah.
Player yang selalu ditanyai kabarnya oleh Jamal.
Sudah Mako makan.
Menunjukkan.
Gila coy itu apaan coy? Lihat deh guys.
Gila coy, lu lihat tembakannya yang ngeflick ke kanan tuh. Itu gila di counter loh ini. Ini nih.
Sudah Mako makan.
Gila itu di counter. Tapi lu gila ini King Soul Esports ya. Benci banget sama orang tower kayaknya. Dendam kesumat gila lu. Nah lagi toh.
Nah.
lagi. Dan Bas sudah tahu, oke ini, udah ngeliat.
Ah,
disundul. Sundulkan. Wah, ini bakal kemakan nih harusnya. Dan dia nggak nyangka kalau itu bakal udah disundul. Molly-nya jadi nggak efektif. DRX dengan counter yang mereka lakukan. Ke setup dari attacking Soul Esports. Bisa dapetin 1 kill dengan Shorty, tapi masih ada Mako di side.
Nice.
Spek pun follow up dengan kill.
Menang. Kebaca guys.
1v4 situation. Stacks punya rolling
Maka aja lu katanya mau masuk
Telatga.
terus-terusan.
Kayaknya ini bakal dipakai. Dan bakal di prefire Mako. Lama lo. Bakal di double pick, defensials, maju kena, mundur kena. Udah tinggal nunggu musik warkop doang ini kalau kayak gini caranya, dan bener aja. Maju kena, mundur kena.
Disundul kan.
Sundul kan. Patch one.
Ini udah sebutin. Jangan dikasih tahu Ardi, kamu CTO ya.
Materasi coy dia coy.
Itu dia.
Materasi.
Gila, gak expect lah.
Itu mereka kaget tuh. Kok ini orang masih bisa berdiri di sini sih?
Mana Molly-nya?
Wah, gak bisa gitu dong.
Wah, gak bisa kurang dari sini gitu. Wah, ngonci.
Seto orang pakai masker aja lu masih ngonci ya. Lu punya X-ray ya?
Punya X-ray gue memang. Aman aja itu, bro.
Jangan spoiler lah, iya Cok, jangan spoiler Cok.
Ya ini taktikal yang harus di-call ya sama attacking Soul Esports.
Lagi seru-serunya di TO
ini
guys.
ya.
Aduh.
Iya, mereka udah lagi. Bener kan taktiknya? Iya. Apa gue bilang? Tactical timeout DRX. Oke, kita begini. Ngapain, Bos? Sama
line up tower.
Ngapain kita, Bos?
Line up tower. Ini kalau line up tower lagi lucu nih.
Jangkrik, Bos.
Ini lucu nih.
Gila, itu tapi line up towernya
Tapi kayaknya kalau si PDRX menang map ini harusnya 2-0 sih. Ini mapnya si ini. AS.
Sampai ke arah tower, jadi lu mundur kena molly, lu maju kena aftershock. Kalau lu tungguin, orangnya udah nyampe.
Yang kuat apa bang? Yang yang kuat tim Liquid sama Fnatic.
Jadi emang di condition buat lu tinggalin tower buat kita, udah.
Bener.
Tapi kata Bas, enak aja lu. Gua sundul. Materazi coy.
Emen nih. Pokoknya strategi tuh. Kemana nih? Ke A, kemana nih? Ke B. Udah kayak gitu doang udah, sumpah. Cuma nyebut side doang.
Aduh.
Ada 3 ulti lah ya guys, sudah menang sih.
Sekarang
Menang guys, ada 3 ulti Cok.
dari DRX. Nih, Blackstorm. Gue dari tadi sih belum ngeliat Blackstorm live sih.
Tujuh lagi tuh.
Belum ngeliat ada dia pakai Blackstorm. Dan set main cepet. Oh gila, dicuekin bombotnya. Itu mah kecoa, biarin aja. Dicuekin.
Ambil orb gak sih? Orbnya ambil Cok, biar ulti.
Smoke dari Mako akan menahan attacking Soul Esports di area Sen. Aimnya juga udah diliatin sama Foxy9. Tapi Mako dia punya ultimate penting. Kalau dia ngintip dia bisa ke-delete menurut gua. Dan itu dia ketahuan. Mako gak mau ngintip lagi. Flash keluar di follow up. Masih menang. Bahkan live juga dapetin kill. Kill arah Stacks. Dan Showstopper pun keluar. Dicari di mana yang punya gak ada orang. Foxy udah dapat 1, tapi Arby juga bertahan. Showstopper di mana? Masih bisa dapat kill.
Ngapain mereka ya?
Bersama dengan Foxy9. Dan Ishan lagi-lagi tersisa seorang diri 1v3 situation. Ishan lockdown, diusir. Ishan dapat 1, tapi Arby yang akan nge-close map pertama. Terlihat cepat mengerikan.
Ngapain mereka Cok?
Tapi thanks to Foxy9 and Arby coy.
Gila, itu 3 lawan 5 toh. Setelah tragedi berdarah di Sen, masih bisa di-recover oleh orang di side. Dengan showstopper dari Foxy9 dengan pergerakan yang sulit banget buat diantisipasi sama pemain-pemain attacking Soul Esports. Lagi-lagi lu bisa ngeliat cara permainan mereka adalah oke, kita udah dapat ini.
Keren guys.
Dan sayangnya mereka gagal
Pasifik nih bos.
Jumlah pemain itu udah hampir banget mereka menangkan, tapi lagi-lagi mini games di dalam side dari DRX menjadi jaminan mutu kalau misalkan mereka kurang pemain, at least kalau pemain-pemain ini masuk ke perangkap mereka, mereka masih bisa recover. Dan artinya DRX.
Bracketnya gimana sih? Gue penasaran deh, pengen lihat. Bracketnya tuh. Oke. Oh, 2 grup. Oke, 2 grup. EG masuk. Dari 4 doang berarti guys ya. Oke, nyari 4 berarti guys. Paperrex mainnya nanti guys nih playoff nih. Mana coba belum ada namanya? Belum diundi guys, ntar di sini guys. 1 2 3 4 nih. Ntar masuk sini guys, mereka masuk sini guys. Yang ini masuk sini guys ya, masuk 1 2 3 4. Ntar mereka yang masuk grup stage bakal masuk ke situ. 4 orang. Oh ya, T1 berat sih guys kayaknya guys. Kok 11-12 lah M sama Cio, mana ada. Mana ada. Buat next one. Cek YouTube dulu ah. Leviathan nggak bang, nggak ada. Lucu ya. Ya gue buat pakai AI guys, AI anim. Messi hari ini nggak ada ini kan, yang nggak ada coy, aman. Ada yang live rupanya saudara-saudara.
Kalau kita ngambil banyak bisa bahaya. Ini untung DRX menang pistol round.
Oh, nggak ada coach Katop, nggak ada coy.
Di kali 75 menang pistol round, menang 2 round sebelumnya.
Mako coy MVP-nya coy.
Bagus banget menurut gua. Dari DRX tapi 13-10. Mako.
Iya,
MVP 24-14 ya.
Asli coy, tadi yang gue udah bilang kan, makanya DRX start di attacker, mereka at least mereka dapat modal di ketika mereka main defender lawan attacking soul esports.
Map keduanya tadi apa ya?
Attackernya
map kedua.
Mereka udah menang pistol, modal mereka udah lebih besar. Bayangin kalau mereka main di defender duluan.
Wow.
Attacking soul esports menang pistol di attacker, ini bisa DRX yang kalah.
Ya, dan itu untung banget tadi attacker yang diambil sama DRX itu nggak rungkat.
Kayaknya sih menang ini sih guys, menang DRX 2-0 harusnya guys, easy ya bro. Karena jadwal main Diablo nggak bang? Ada guys, tapi nanti ya. Malaman guys. Ini kayaknya sih yang masuk ya guys ya. Ini DRX nih. Tapi berat juga cok. Either ini EG nya DRX nih kayaknya nih. EG dan DRX. Menurut gue sih ini EG DRX. Ini Navi energi sih kayaknya ini guys. Kayaknya ya. Berat nih cok lawannya cok. Ini Navi sama energi ketemu langsung cok. Navi yang gila-gila gini lawan yang energi yang lagi gila juga kayak gini guys. Aduh. Paperrex sampai belum kelihatan guys. Ntar guys kelihatan Paperrex tuh pas playoff nanti tanggal 16 tuh 16 nih guys 16. Sorry bang, ini kewaspadaan harus resmi. Betul. Pas pula $1 juta USD bro. 350. What? Winning region, exclusive, extra slot, and champion 2023 tuh. Makanya ini kalau yang menang untung banget coy. Guys. $5M bro. 5M hadiahnya guys. 5M hadiahnya guys. Juara 1 5M bro. Yang juara 3 kemarin di Korea nggak masuk. Masuk T1 nih. T1 masuk. Kalau main di playoff langsung kalah, dapat 500 juta guys. Main di playoff langsung kalah 500 juta bro. Playoff acak nanti bang ya. Pasti ini timnya masing-masing 1 guys. Ntar sisanya diundi kali. 1, 2, 3, 4 ini masing-masing guys 1. Oh login EMEA 2 nih guys. Login EMEA 1 nih, login EMEA 2. Belum terkalahkan. Berapa match belum terkalahkan? 1, 2, 3, 4 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 match bro ya. Nih Lia moga-moga bisa main coy. Wah Asia Pasifik jadi ranking 1. DRX mana? Oh nggak ada, DRX kan di Korea beda lupa. Maaf. Agak ada lower bang. Ada lower guys. Lower guys, ada tenang aja nih lower bracket nih guys, lower bracket. Kalau misalnya main nih playoff kalah langsung masuk lower dulu nih. Ini lawan ini yang kalah, ini lawan ini yang kalah di sini. Ntar ini kalah lawan sini, ini menang lawan situ. Ini masuk sini, yang ini kalah masuk sini. Ada 2 nyawa pokoknya guys, ada 2 nyawa aman. Grand finalnya 25 Juni. Ini juga ada lower bracket, cok. Kalau kalian kalah masih masuk lower bracket, masih dikasih kesempatan cuy untuk hidup. Ardis lawan City nanti bang, iya ya. Kenapa bang something itu kemarin katanya kena masalah visa guys. Jadi belum tentu bisa main. Tapi setahu gue sih udah pasti bisa main ya. Serot lagi main Diablo, cok 30.000 ya nonton main Diablo seru banget dah. Ya begitu ya. Udah pernah ngobrol sama something? Belum, kan belum ketemu. Something kan baru. Gue pakai baju merah, terus gue tadi foto guys. Mau liat nggak foto gue yang mana guys, biar jadi begitu. Mau liat nggak? Nih foto gue ini guys nih. Nih ini foto gue guys. Gue jadiin AI jadi begini. Lihat guys. Mirip gak? Kenapa ketawa lu? Jadi ganteng coba liat deh. Kepencet. Oke, bahasa apa tadi? Gue bahasa apa ya? AI change Twitter to anime. Ini follower nih. Tapi gratisnya cuma dikit. Tuh, gampang, cok. 1 menit lagi, sabar, 1 menit lagi, bro. Valorant harus gue ini sih sebenarnya guys. Valorant ID, Valorant gue harus ini. Gue follow guys, gue follow. Inggris aja guys ya, biar lebih cepet guys ya. Boleh nggak Inggris dulu guys?
The fact of the matter is that DRX is still so good in these moments. The experience of these players cannot be denied.
Yeah, I really felt just like a textbook type situation from DRX.
Gila Korea rame banget cok.
The only way that ASE could have won that situation was if someone stood in front of Buzz's spams and died, so that Buzz would think that he killed the diffusers, and the guy actually diffusing would have just like just stuck it, you know.
Big brain.
I felt like that would have been the only way that ASE would have won that round.
I think that also in the previous series, we had a lot of clutches, but it wasn't like this one. So every single round was so close, it came to 1 or 2 players top being alive.
Yeah, I mean,
kok jadi analis bang? Iya, lagi dapat job tambahan.
Maybe things are not going to be as exciting if you guys are supporting ASE at home.
Ben Kai dapat job tambahan, cok. Boleh. Om Ben Kai boleh.
Yeah, they are very strong on Pearl. Well, they don't have the same credit that Loud does for really pulling out the Harbor Viper meta. This is one of the early adopters of it, back on Icebox, Lock-in on here on Pearl as well.
Kalian ngerti nggak bahasa Inggris? Karena harus belajar bahasa Inggris guys dengan mulai mendengarkan kayak nih komentator bahasa Inggris. Kalau kalian bisa mengerti, berarti kan udah lumayan bisa bahasa Inggris cuy.
Yeah, but the problem is that whenever you swap
masalahnya kalau lu ganti Zes dengan Foxy9, semuanya harus ganti role gitu. Mungkin mereka udah biasa, tapi berubah lagi game style-nya. Buzz udah harus pakai Jet. Berubah lagi semua guys kalau misalnya Foxy9 ganti lagi sama Jess.
And obviously you cannot expect the same performance. We just want to see them comfortable.
udah punya practical style yang udah dia punya, udah lumayan kuat guys ini, jadi nggak mungkin ganti-ganti sih. Nggak ada perubahan, nggak ada. Harusnya kalau dirubah juga nggak masalah.
That could be the win condition for them.
Yeah, exactly. And probably is a little bit of the reasons why they decide to just scrap the killjoy from the composition and run that double initiator, not only double initiator but double information with that double controller. Do I think live needs it?
Pearl-nya itu belum di buff, cow, belum di ini. Belum diganti pearl-nya. Kenapa China region sendiri? Karena besar guys.
And even regionally, teams
were
finding
penontonnya guys, lihat penontonnya cuy. Padahal belum tim Jepang yang main loh guys, belum tim Jepang, emang gak ada tim Jepang sih ya. Iya gak ada tim Jepang cok. Kita gimana bang? Menurut lu seru. Ntar kita main lagi ya, mungkin gak hari ini, mungkin besok. Ini si Jepang ini guys, crowdnya GG cok, rame. Walaupun bukan tim Jepang yang main, mereka tetap nonton. Keren coy.
Against DRX.
Yeah, I guess not having a sentinel would mean that they have to be ASE has to be very proactive with watching their flanks. And
dia nggak main sentinel cu, iya kah? Iya loh anjir.
And I feel like a change that we hope to see from the last map is that ASE didn't really flank DRX as much on their retakes on the defending side. So if they want to beat DRX, I feel like they should have
penonton channel VCT official bang. Ini VCT official.
Those Marco after lineups from ever happening.
Yeah, of course, and also I think that has to do with the fact that Pearl is a very different map from Fracture. If you try to flank on Fracture, many things can happen. For Pearl being more linear, knowing that you're
wah, map ini belum ada guys, ASC guys.
Also, because I assume that there is some kind of a study onto DRX. You need to know how to read onto this.
Vipernya juga belum dinner sih guys, Vipernya belum dinner.
I misread something. Okay. Ignore me. I was so excited.
I'm glad you had your moment of excitement. But for DRX, I mean, I'm sure they're excited to be getting into this map. 85% win rate regionally in Pacific. They've been so strong here, consistent in playing in this comp, even when they're switching up. And for ASC, well, I agree with you. I think kind of multi-reflanking with this comp can be quite strong. Another thing I like to see teams do.
1 jam nggak mau dia marketing bang. Oh iya guys, itu tau nggak sih guys monitor yang dipakai oleh para player di turnamen ya? Kalian makanya cek ini guys nih. Guys cek ya. Monitor yang mereka pakai buat turnamen guys ya, dengan ZOWIE XL2566K 360Hz punya daya plus yang bisa membuat kalian melihat musuh lawan lebih jelas daripada monitor lainnya guys ya. Keren bang. Langsung cek guys, link ada di deskripsi buat ngecek modelnya gimana dan harganya berapa guys ya, langsung cek ya guys ya. The best nih bro, ini monitor terbaik guys ya. Tuh lihat tuh.
They've taken the killjoy out, replacing it with the KO. The thing is, within China, it hasn't actually worked that well. They've only run the composition once on Pearl, so again, this is their second time running it. But they've been running the KO for a long time. Before this, they were running KO Fade, right? Rather than running the KO Sky kind of stuff. So it's not exactly the same. But in their last 3 matches where attacking Seoul Pearl, they've played 22 rounds.
Bang udah login akun bang biar dapat game item. Game itemnya apaan David? Dapat apaan? Belum. Tulisannya ya? Nggak tulisannya cok. Oh iya title.
Conversation for after the halftime, but that's kind of setting the scene for how heavy favorites DRX are in this. They're obviously favorites for the match overall, but part of that is because they've just got maps like this where they should be dominating.
Besok lah.
Let's get it going.
Belum login akun.
Explosive now towards A main. Walls rip across, flashes on top of it as well. Mako is keen to take up some space towards B main as well. DRX is doing this.
Yeah, they look like they're really aware that this comp can
title doang, title apaan sih?
A lot of flashes to work with.
Here we go, Wall straight up light.
Gila dapat.
Right behind screens. Dash is really just making the most of this. Look at that. Spam into the corner. Quick reload at a Sheriff, but a great opening pick for them. Can they convert it into anything else? Foxy9 so separated from the rest of his team with that dash deep onto it. The Cove also still up for now. RB just running right through them. To the back of Horse here, needs some help from the rest of his team to try and collapse and collide. HFMI.
Nice, Mako.
Can he do still right through the pillar?
Kenapa jadi kalah, cok? Kocak banget AC dah.
Spike still not down, Monk. It's a chance. Spike starts to get planted in the default spot. Snakebite, drop down, reload the gun.
Wow, Mako has just done him.
Yep, the wall gets used to reposition, and it's just a crossfire setup.
DRX nih bos tuh, DRX bisa jago gitu guys. Kenapa guys? Ya karena pakai monitor ZOWIE XL 2566K dengan 360 Hz yang terbaru, kekuatan, daya plus, dan black equalizer membuat kalian bisa melihat di tempat gelap lebih terang guys. Makanya cek langsung link di deskripsi dan cek langsung buat belinya di Tokopedia, langsung beli guys, di check out langsung. Ini monitor terbaik di masa ini guys ya, nggak ada yang terlebih baik dari ini guys ya. Emang boleh si ZOWIE ini.
Life is going to be an incredibly key player for them on the defense side. They need to get him active. They have 2 initiators, a lot of tools to be able to push him onto angles. But likewise, DRX have a lot to be able to shift him away from angles too. Cascade's always going to be in his face. The Sky utility,
main dua-duanya.
likes to use his Trailblazer early, which isn't always the best, but against a Jet that's really aggressive on defense like Life, I think he's going to find a lot of value out of that.
This comp, you're playing against the Viper in the Harbor. It is brutal to play against if you're a Jet player.
Or you could just try this.
Yeah, Life is close to the corner, but like you said, Josh, it's the Trailblazer. He's really far back.
Oh, he dashed into the door.
He dashed into them. I mean, he's trying to make the most of it. I respect it. I appreciate it. But close corners cleared now. Barreling forwards from DRX. Flash over the top does connect. Will they catch this close corner? YH is there. In fact, they've got 3 players all stacked up. It's been slowed down a tad. Is there going to be a hot flash play? Well, with Yuchen dying, not quite. It's not going to be likely.
Tapi itu unpredictable. Biasa doang lah, tackle doang.
Tempo switch up. There is a flank attempt that's also happening as well on the opposite side of the map. I mean, HF might waiting for some sort of timing. Cove though, it blooms, it blossoms, it gets the safe plan. Set themselves up now.
Udah post plan dah lu. Coba lo kalau bisa lu katanya.
The classic DRX post plan. This is what Benkai was talking about, how important these level of flanks are going to be. I mean, you can see HMFI.
Team wall drop forwards. Wide face as well. A couple of players falling, but otherwise quite safe.
I think though already you're seeing that, you know, when your Sky player is going for a flank in the post plan,
player tim
that
Indo
kind of
atau
implies to me like Attacking Soul Esports have sat down and they've said to each other, right, we need to be able to flank on these retakes. We've got to stop allowing Buzz and Mako to just play Snakebite and Nanoswarm lineups from the back of B-Long. So
kayaknya sih easy win banget sih guys di
not
RX.
mad about that. As long as they have the right idea, the right approach, I think that's going to bode well for the tournament overall.
It's all about those timings, though. It's so tricky to find them against this comp because those windows of opportunity that you get when you're playing against the Viper Harbor on Pearl, you let them set up in the post plan, it's brutal. You miss those chances so easily. So standard affair, Cascade pushed up close now. You see the reckoning, this was built up prior. Clears out towards the site. YH really wants to try and fight for this one. The knife does get a decent tag with Foxy9. He is landing his shots today. Nothing to offset him.
Got tagged up inside his own cloudburst as well and was still able to go for the wide swing and take down YH. Unfortunate there for Attacking Soul that they weren't able to find a pick early.
Now forced to try and take this fight into them. Well, okay.
Emang lagi susah aja tuh bang. Atau
towards the back of Halls, but again,
he's the only player.
Remember what I was talking about? It's time pressure. It's the biggest question mark when you're playing against this comp because they're going to have snake bites, they're going to have nanoswarms, they're going to have the whole kitchen sink being launched like a trebuchet from range.
Masa kalah lagi sih? Lah.
RB playing close to the pillar as well, an attempt to try and push them back. Yeah, Live, he's got the dash back, 5 bullets. No easy fight. Not in the slightest. With one health remaining, but cannot withstand it.
Lah kenapa cok? Ini si AC ganti map langsung cupu cok. Langsung cupu dia guys.
And we've seen 2 different approaches. You know, one on a round where they only had classics, but
yang si Agina ada rekomendasi minuman gak sih bang?
Create pressure from behind.
Panas banget nih siang hari begini.
So aggressive, push forwards and take duels. The issue for me is Life didn't have that aggressive high tide to play with. He's not being supported by smoke utility or really by any utility. They're just trying to take the fight.
Nonton dulu cok.
It's going to make things much more difficult.
This is the way the DRX love to play this map. Attack side and the defense side, it's heavy prioritization on the extremities of A and B. They want to farm up the orbs as well.
Ya, bisa nih guys.
So important.
Lo harus tahan B-nya sih. Kalau A-nya mungkin masih bisa ditahan mas. Bisa di post plan.
Prioritizing it. RB is 2 away now from that ult. He's just used it.
crazy how quick you can get the ult online.
Yeah. When you're putting a plan on him as well, just all the ultos being funneled. Dash forwards from Foxy9. He's trying to cut this one up. No one was watching it. Stacks. Beautiful trade. Looked like his aim wasn't going to be adjusted in time with that one. He was just popping out of the smoke, but still, they haven't cleared also back of the side. There's a cove in the way though, and when you're spamming it through the wall, down on top of it, it's all just a little bit too late.
Both of the post-plant agents playing over towards Art. So it's kind of weird what Buzz and Mako are going for right now, actually. They were both playing Art, and now they're so far away, anticipating some people to flank or be pushed.
Lineups from there?
No way, surely not.
I don't know.
Wait, there it is.
Really far back. Yeah,
There's
they are.
Snakebite.
They're just playing lineups from absolute Narnia, man. I mean, they are miles away, but the fight taken anyway. ASC, they realize it. Time is of the essence. Got to be playing towards it. The defuse as well. It's denied. There's only one player left. It's Buzz. Can he win his fight out? He can. The knives not paying off. Defuse has to be stuck. Has to be covered. The players
Aduh, udah low 2 itu.
Okay.
DRX final Fnatic bang. Mana ada DRX? Paperrex final, bro.
It's crazy.
I mean, when you think DRX are going to, fight something aggressively and support each other, you see RB, sorry.
PRX hari itu bang, playoff tanggal 16-an.
Into mid to play lineups.
Antara 16-17 guys, Paperrex.
And really, that's what ends up hurting them. Like, there's a certain line that you need to tread.
Jangan masuk playoff, coba bracket Tokyo nggak ada. Di playoff adanya guys.
Actually spam the plan and being in safe positions to unload your utility. That I think was
ESPORT nggak ada bang, nggak ada guys. ESPORT kan belum masuk ke franchise.
But very funny.
We see it again.
You don't get more of a DRX post plan than that.
No, you don't. I mean, it's so passive all the way back. Deep knife. I believe they're getting any tags on that one, but again, when I was talking about the Reckonings, it's online and it's critical. Life is close, didn't get tagged by it, but again, he's running out of options now all the way through. It's why he bails him out. Close to the screens, running right through. RB tries to adjust the aim, but four for him, will he get the ace? Pop flash play, he's hunting for it, he wants it, but he's up against Mako.
Aduh, nggak jadi ace.
No clip inside, a reset potentially there for the third, but shut down. Safe hands, second round.
PRX champion Pacific langsung playoff juga bang, enggak beda lah. Playoff champion ya beda lagi.
That's 2 in a row. One with a
ikutin drama itu nggak bang, enggak. SUK kapan bang, nggak tahu deh buat champion.
We talked about the fact that YH almost caught Foxy9 on the entry last time. And Foxy was able to swing out through his cloud burst and get a really wide peek onto him. And I thought even in that situation, the YH was a bit unlucky not to be able to get the kill. That time, as soon as YH picked off stacks, he's too slow to be able to trade. And that gap between Foxy and the rest of the team rears its head once more.
Wah anjir, smoke apa tuh?
Down to the weaker guns, just the rifle for Buzz. Oh, yeah, spotted him, didn't he? Mako's going to be seen, and now they're converging on him. Heavy in mid. Mako with the sheriff, can't quite hit the flick.
And this is a serious theme of what we saw on Fracture 2. DRX losing 2 rounds down to an eco. And this is how ASE started that crazy run in the second half, was by winning crucial gun rounds.
Ini bisa post plan sih gila ya, kalau bisa post plan. Kalau bisa post plan sih GG guys ya.
A lot of ults that they could utilize here. Try and push them back. Lockdown's going to be used preemptively.
This is
timed up though, yeah. YH uses his no command, but he didn't get off in time, so now they've got this ult to really contend with. No way! You got to turn around, man! Foxy9's getting away with it.
YH had the nade!
Just murder!
They wanted YH's nade to deny the lockdown. That's why he didn't turn around and try and deal with Foxy. But it's all gone to Chaos.
Re-detained! The players skipping, hopping this way, that way, not a gun in their hands, and
kalah ini,
time is just being bled away from them. Cove, it's shredded to pieces now. Time ticking, no one's sticking. Smoking away, it's raw spam.
Kalah, Cok. Kalau udah plan di B itu susah, Cok.
But yeah, just slight miscoordination there.
I mean, a bit more than slight.
I was being polite.
That's very polite of you, Bren. I really appreciate that. The players will love that when they listen back. But that is Chaos, and that is a disaster.
Masih patch lama sih, iya. Padahal patch baru nih.
So the idea is YH is trying to run forwards with his null command, get the nade onto the lockdown, and they can actually start this retake properly. And he must be begging for his teammates to deal with Foxy there. And Foxy stunned up with the frenzy, is able to knock him to his knees.
Terus ini juga guys, apa belum di spray apa? Amonya juga belum dikecilin guys. Coba kalau amonya Phantom Vandal udah dikecilin, beda lagi gameplaynya.
Fight their way out of it.
Something gimana tuh Bang? Kaos sih udah bisa sih guys, aman kayaknya. Something kan udah di Tokyo soalnya.
Extremity control of A main. I said it before, DRX, they love to do it. They love to farm these orbs up. RB, he's on for his 3rd reckoning.
That's very quick.
Good information gain, though.
It is, but it hasn't actually pulled anybody over.
Oh, I mean, the flash didn't connect you still.
Wow.
HFMI takes the fight.
Doesn't care. He just doesn't
care. Swings right into it. Seeker's now popped off, though. DRX, they want to barrel forward. So I'm going to take this site. Brute force. Cove's dropped down. Snake bites. Spam. Will it be enough? Still gets the plan down. And the Viper's as well. Lay it on top. How do you chew through this one?
Ulti, bro.
Buzz is falling back into that post-plant position again.
Yeah, he's really
Usah kalau Mako udah ngulti mah. King Mako udah ngulti mah selesai, bro.
Buzz is going all the way back to A main.
Stacks is going to be the one to hold down his position. Retake many up, never ideal. Dash away to cut it up. Left to just life again, and he has to run away.
Post flank mulu dia.
Operator needs to be kept into the next.
And Life really wants to try and find value with the AWP. He's got 5 kills so far in 7 rounds. It's not bad by any means, but he's really struggling to find value early on. And that's just a little bit of information. They're happy to give their lives away.
They're hunting for it. They got the money.
Get the AWP. Can Stacks punish this?
Yep. 2 seconds remaining. There it is.
They'll take that trade.
Nice one, nice one.
Carry that one forward. No family heirloom. So 2-5 being that scoreline in the map now. Josh DRX.
Nyonya cowok. Lanang.
So bold from HFMI. So bold.
I really do love it, man. I mean, the times they get taken. Yeah, there's no noise cue off the flash connecting. He still swings for the fight.
What's even?
Kalau si DRX nggak apa-apa guys, mati. Dia duitnya banyak.
The 0 point from the KO had identified that there was like 3 players there. And so he knows he's going to be swinging into a stack of players. It's not a coordinated push. It's just him on his own. Chad. Absolute Chad.
Still makes the play.
That's the kind of stuff that really will catch off some teams that are looking a little more shaky. And yeah, we're talking about DRX being in a bit of a slump.
Kalau kompetisi lumayan nih dapat nih guys.
That's relative to their normal expectations, where they're going to dominate groups, look like a title contender. Them slumping is still being favored over quite a few teams in this tournament.
Just the Marshall, that reckoning. Again, makes his way through onto the side, clears it out. Clear indicator here that ASC, they want to try and fight the flood back into this one. Denied a chance to even...
Lari kah.
Let DRX get that post plant down, but time has been bought and a bit of a distraction. Mako on the back, and yeah, Bunt is none the wiser. All the way through, counter spam, flash round. It's Buzz. He's this way, that way.
Ya Allah.
Trying to adjust this, still trying to go B. They've lifted up to just RB. And it's a thrifty win. I mean, it's all over the place there. It's all over the place, man.
Attacking Seoul, they stack the right site. But what on earth are DRX doing just hammering their heads into the B site when they hear a musket line? They hear 3 lines of infantry just lined up. And they still decide to send it back in with no utility just based off the lurk.
Yeah,
I think that's an incredibly optimistic and ambitious play from
Salah pilih
DRX
set dia guys, setnya padahal ada yang kosong.
Exactly the wrong way to play it. And attacking Seoul Esports will
THOR
take
mau
those.
diwalin. Udah nggak ada waktu mereka guys.
Opportunities like that. So maybe it's not looking too dire.
Right. Now Life tries to punish Mako.
Aduh, Mako.
Mako's been doing this lurk when they've been doing this 4-1 split. Mako's been trying to take that space punish. Immediate reaction into the smoke. HFMI goes, and there it is. The return of the fire. This way, that way, just up to Buzz. It's a 1v3. Picks up the spike and now repositioning, but he doesn't know where anybody is. Lack of information. So many angles to watch for and play for.
I just don't think this is even possible. There's no way he thinks about YH being behind it this time, does he? He looks like he's
holding it. He's holding it. Spots him. YH running back as well. Waiting for the rest of his team. Fight's taken though. It's a little bit disjointed. Dodged Buzz. Is he really going to be that guy? Pushing forwards. All the way. Buzz nails the shot. Are you not entertained?
That's exactly what the crowd is looking for. A 1v3 like that, played to perfection, and Buzz knows it.
What?
He was asked in the press conference who he
Cok,
thinks the
3 lawan
most
1,
important
Cok.
player is going to be in this game, and he said me. I think it's going to be me. I'm the most important.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing why.
Confidence. I mean, you know, this guy puts up monstrous performances. You talk about Mako as the safe hands, the player is always able to just keep it calm in the
3
clutch.
lawan 1 kalah. Udah sih,
Playing a
selesai.
variety of roles.
And we're just seeing so many individualistic situations from DRX. That was carrying them through Fracture, to be honest, in a scoreline that was closer, I think, than a lot of people would have been expecting. And now here, too, Buzz saves them. Perfectly for them.
Again, life pushed up deep.
Loh,
How much safer Mako is playing this time around, not looking to get punished by life. DRX have been very heavy over towards A because they know they can take A main for free.
The reckoning again. It's going to be forcing them all the way back here. Monk, dodging, juking, weaving in and out, not stunned up. Good job to say alive.
Bas lagi panas, Bas. Bas lagi panas, bro.
Swings right the way around. Seekers, they all go. Fallen down, broken apart. Mako is on that flank, and that's going to be important now. With the lockdown at play, it's pushed them all into very predictable angles.
Life could double updraft this, and he might have a chance, but that would give away where he's flanking from.
He's just waiting it out. Very intelligent. Fight taken. Mako as well. Flanks on flanks. And life has been noted. Nobody giving him any sort of angle, any chance. Does he need it though? He's almost making his own opportunities.
Good try.
High tide. RB puts himself off there, maybe looking to try and spam. The cascade of advantage, synergy. Bloods up close, stacks, returns of fire, swinging all the way through. That is 3-7.
Selesai guys, selesai guys.
Scrappy.
And tragic there as well, you're right. It's the Cascade just blocking their own flash from YH. I like it. And a timeout here, tactical timeout being taken by attacking Seoul Esports as they tried to right the ship. There's so many different things that they could be doing here. And the biggest one that comes to mind is contesting for A main control. DRX only have one initiator here. They've only got one set of flashes, and they're unlikely to want to use the Trailblazer to contest over a piece of map control like that. So I'd like to see ASC play with life over at A. You know, set up a flash for him.
Kalau nggak flankingnya harus bener guys, flankingnya.
Flash him onto an angle, people there, fight it with him and the KO. If not, leave him. You can maybe push him a little deeper with the KO knife, just to grab a bit of extra info. But there's ways of forcing fights for life where he doesn't just have to be playing B all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, nonton yang Indo aja bang, yang Indo ini guys lambat, delay.
But trying to figure out the best adjustments, it can be simpler in a scrim or when you're at home, you know, you're in your own comfort zone. Here, where there's a crowd staring at you, cheering on Buzz winning a 1v3 against you, and you're staring opposite a team that has experience at Masters, at Champions, deep runs, big tournament placings, then it can be harder to come up with the ideas.
Kecuali kalau misalnya defendernya si DRX kalah, dibantai-bantai, nggak tahu ya.
Two more chances in this first half to do so. Maybe they can again even it out. We saw similar scenes really on Fracture. Intermittent with them winning their rounds. Pushing forwards though, they want to make a pop flash play. Over the top towards A. Buzz, he watches for it, he calls it.
And they do fight for A control. But this on their eco.
Still wants to try and fight for a little bit more. It's mid being explored. This way, that way, it's returned with the fire. Bun gets the trade.
And Bun's got his reckoning online. That push over towards A got him the ult that he needed.
Dapat info dia.
And the weaponry's not looking that bad. I would believe in HFMI with a Bucky any day of the week as well. So,
what can he do?
As long as HFMI is able to hold on at the back of the B side. Now, having said that, DRX taking the spike and heading towards A main. The reckoning, though, is such an important tool, and ASE are getting good information in mid. Unfortunately, they believe that it's heading to mid.
Yeah, timing.
Push just because they spotted out Mako. And look at the util. Expended out towards B, expecting there to be more players behind Mako. Instead, it's a vacant site onto A. DRX realize it.
They've just over-rotated. The problem is, if ASE had one player here, Buzz wouldn't be able to take such an aggressive position. And now, ASE have got to re-clear all of these spots. It could be A main, it could be Art, it could be deep into Secret, Flowers. There's so many places that they have to clear. So that reckoning doesn't work as well.
Can they fight over this? Flash Dissuades them. Running forwards, a run and gun with the Stinger. Why not? If it does the job, if it works, still time is really running short here. And Anaswarm's deaded close to the corner. Buzz forced to dead it out, and that's all of them cleaned up. Time, plenty enough available. ASC, take the necessary fights.
And even with a light buy, are able to convert that one.
Oh, light buy.
So finding a retake there, even without using, you know, major ultimates, that they'll still have availability for next round. You know, the Reckoning is still there. They've got Null Command to work with. They're set up actually for quite a decent half on a map where we expected DRX to absolutely come out and dominate. I think there's again been enough gaps in how DRX are playing this to offer ASE these opportunities.
Here we go, last round now with this first half.
I do really like the idea of fighting A here, but Life is on the opposite side of the map. Are they going to send the Reckoning and just make DRX pay for every inch?
Yeah, it's a flash.
No, it's just a little passive. Yeah. They've given it up.
Snakebite as well, maybe to just fake like they were, disrespecting it and holding that space, but instead, no, again, same game plan. One step closer to the Reckoning. Back over towards B. Back has been containing, so there's been no deep lurk, but again,
pokoknya bau apa bang? Bukan bau itu guys, bau nembaknya.
What is the call here? Looks like DRX is still discussing it, because back over towards A. Like this refight towards A main, but now there's another flash as well. Will there be the swing and the peek off of it? Yes, RB lands it and sprays him down.
They go 3 for 2 there. Attacking Seoul Esports still with a chance, but Life is a long way from the action. He's just waiting for the information. He's so scared of getting caught by Mako and losing the round completely. So once more, DRX have positioning everywhere that they want over towards A.
This feels so awkward now as well.
And recall that Mako has these snakebite lineups from mid.
Yeah.
So his positioning might look disconnected, and it is in terms of trading and fighting, that kind of thing. But he's going to be able to send snakebites.
What Wyatt has to do. No command moves forwards, both Banana Swarms. They're dead early there, that was forced out from that ultimate. Now you see the snake bites from miles away. Mobility's being suppressed there, Life towards the side with a shoddy, diffusing. Not going to be able to stick, vulnerable down 4 in a round, RB. Beautiful stuff. All managed well, and that's going to be that 8-4 half.
All in all, DRX able to contain that. And Attacking Seoul Esports now go into the side where they've had such little success recently. Like I said, in their last 3 matches of Pearl, although with some different compositions, they've won only 5 out of 22 of their attacking rounds. So this is going to get even more difficult for the underdog team.
Going to be that much harder, isn't it? We'll see just how they can really take it. But yeah, going into their attack side, it's not going to be their favorite half. Let's set it down to the desk to break it all down.
Thank you very much. Dominant half there from DRX. I got Mimi, Benkai, and Kakuka with me here. And Benkai, you were talking to us a little bit about how you felt like ASC were making similar mistakes on this map as they were on Fracture as well.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching a replay of Fracture again because you saw like good aggression from ASC at the start of the round. They took that A main fight very early on that pistol round. And even though they have 2 initiators, it just felt like they had no info on what DRX were doing the entire half.
Yeah, it really did seem so. And, well, we thought with this double flash composition, they would do
si Benkai itu mereka punya 2 inisiator, tapi nggak tahu infonya di mana mereka. Ya nggak sih, bener juga, Cok.
I think part of that was how disjointed a lot of these
PPKW aja bang, ya siap-siap.
On site and players not really set up to flood to support with utility, so you could never have either those fast retakes together where you're actually flooding to support, nor could you have the more set retakes that are more normal on this map, which meant it was very inconsistent to try and win those rounds.
Yeah, it was only in those later rounds that we can actually see them making that a comeback and actually leveling up a little bit. They did not quite understand what to do with the composition, where their strengths were, into how to use that double flashes, the old information that you can gather with all of that.
I mean, we talk about Mako, we talk about Foxy Knight, but we missed out on him. He was under HyperX Reflex as well in map 1, and what a great performance from him. Oh my goodness, 317 ACS, Mimi.
He said in interviews that he's the player who needs to step up. When he plays well, he can propel the team to greatness. And on the Killjoy, he's been fantastic.
Cuma ngedil doang iya ya.
We're talking about those retakes without all that utility, both in Fracture and now in Pearl as well. I think it's been so important for his team that he's performing. And now that we're talking about the defense with all the initiation power that we see on the other side, we need those setups to be strong. We need him to save utility. We need him to be very smart to where he's positioned his pieces.
I mean, we're loving him. The crowd is loving him, and he's having a great time. But Benkai, what about ASC in the second half? You said that it felt like they weren't even getting any info with a double initiator. Is that where the gap is?
I mean, I'm hoping that they have a much better game plan for this attacking half, but I have a feeling that they're gonna have trouble playing against like Buzzer's Killjoy and how he controls the map with his utility and stuff. It'll be a lot
iya nih, soalnya mereka dua inisiator guys, mereka harus cari info yang bagus guys. Misalnya di site ada dua gas langsung gitu.
With the KO knife as well as double flashes, it's really hard to anchor again. So they'll be forcing DRX to play retake a lot of the time. And I think their win condition comes down to how strong they can be in the post ones. I'm fine to see them being aggressive, pushing life forward in those situations to try and get an advantage.
Yeah, not only that, I think that you're talking about utility. I think that I'm looking at Mako again. I think that he's going to be a very strong stopping power when you talk about those executes and the way that he's going to be using his utility. I think
tapi kayaknya sih feeling gua attackernya si ini lumayan bagus guys. Gak tau ya. Itu model-model kayak Paperrex nih si AC nih. Utamain attacker dulu guys. Defendernya kayak kurang.
On this attacking side of Pearl. They've been back and forth on the compositions, and they've really struggled to find their stride here. And on the other side, DRX, if there's one thing they're good at, no matter the roster, it's setting up and taking their time with these set retakes, which really are the win condition in the Harbor Viper meta here on Pearl.
Yeah, but also the way that ASU were losing some of those rounds, we saw Buzz standing up, the entire stadium were kind of cheering for his name. Benkai, talk me through the crowd buff. Is it a thing? Is it a myth? Is it real?
It definitely is, and it just gives so much help when like Japanese fans are just.
Beli jersey Paperrex di mana bang? Di tokonya Paperrex langsung guys, official guys ya.
You don't even feel like they are biased against like any one of the teams. They're just cheering because they love the game so much.
So both teams have the crowd buff.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I've been told that we are going through a little bit of a tech pause right now, but it's okay. Pansy and HyperX are casting a little bit later.
I think that they just got into the building.
Yeah, so we're warming up.
It's the Panpok buff.
A little bit.
We get a little bit more time.
But I do like the crowd buff point though, Mimi, of the fact that both teams
Kasih juga asik ke selain turnamen gede. Enggak juga sih guys, ini kan turnamennya bergengsi guys. Udah nggak ada tim-tim kecil lagi, tim gede semua isinya guys. Nggak bisa ngomong-ngomong dia tim gede, dia tim kecil. Semuanya udah gede semua ini.
Quite the same, but he's had the opportunity to have that crowd behind him. But for these Chinese teams, for ASC, this is something new for them that I think can get you excited. You can channel that momentum and start to push this game closer, as we did see on Fracture.
Yeah, and if we talk about the trajectory, this also this team has to have in an international stage.
Masuk sini udah blessing banget, betul. Karena turnamen Master Tokyo, Champion LA, semuanya udah gede banget guys. Gak ada nih turnamen kecil. Timnya juga udah gede semua berarti kan?
Yeah, let's find out. I mean, listen, you look at the statistics, you track it as well. Their attack side on Pearl hasn't been good for ASC in the domestic region they've been playing in China, but
Bila RB cok 29 cok.
That step up as well. Maybe the preparation is there. Maybe they've spotted some of the weaknesses in the way DRX do play this map.
Aku turu ya.
Look at the minimap. It looks like we're going to have a massive clash in A main. DRX going for something that Attacking Soul Esports didn't show us too much of, which was those big clashes. They fought for it occasionally, but we'll see what the difference is like.
There it is, the exchange as well. Birds flying right past one another.
Ya, low.
They don't want to fight.
Ada heal tapi ada heal kan? Ada
So
heal.
DRX doing the same thing.
Enggak ada cok. Yang low stuck lagi.
To HFMI.
It's interesting, isn't it? You know, the full prioritization, DRX trying to get the reckoning online ASAP.
Itu gue harus belajar itu tuh guys, belajar one way smoke itu.
Prioritizing the seekers.
I mean, it wasn't just the ult orbs that were helping RB get his ults online so quickly. He's got 20 kills.
Yeah, he's 20 and 9. That doesn't hurt at all, does it? Trailblazer. Used a little bit later. Smoke forwards, nanoswarms as well popped off here. Just an attempt to delay by DRX. Gathering up now with the reinforcements. Will they try and flood, or are they just going to be trying to wait as well for the plan to go down? As a flash, it is an attempt. As the plan goes down, Mako is not watching for it. Position, life eventually dealt with, but it's all down to Stacks. He's low, 20 health. Shots firing straight through, blind as anything with the smokes, but it's dealt with, it's traded, and so the pistol goes to ASE.
Ngeri juga
Gotta
ya.
see whether ASE continue playing those aggressive post-plant positions. The difference in post-plant spots, so drastic between those two teams. DRX were falling back into really safe positions, launching utility at the plant. I mean, look how close HFMI and Life are here. And not just that, the 0 point comes out. And it tags onto RB, and that means there's no possibility for a high tide. It tags also onto stacks, no
Bahaya
possibility
ini, bahaya,
of
bahaya
flashes.
cuy.
You know, that 0 point is going to be a really important post-plant tool to stop retakers from taking space. This is strange. They just allow RB to take the orb. Everybody from ASE around that area, but none of them choosing to fight over it.
Yeah,
Worried
give it up
perhaps
the
about a
space.
5-person stack.
Worried potentially as well of any pop flash plays through it, but no. It's given up. Mid starting to be explored, but splitting themselves up.
This is where the lurkers can't be too fast.
Nice banget.
They go for it anyway. It's dangerous in those
Udah
kind
heal
of
kan? Heal
situations. You
dong,
can
heal
definitely
dulu
get
dong.
caught.
Damage was done to Monk, but of course, heal in the back pocket. They've really slowed this one down and given DRX a full read because they've got nobody stacked towards B. All the way, running it through. Foxy9 attempts to disrupt again, and there it is. Backup is online. Mako pushing all the way through with the classics making short work of them. It's turned on his head just like that. It's up to HFMI, the 1v1. RB picks up the Bulldog. Cove to reposition. Watching on the edge.
That's so bold. That is so bold from HFMI. At any point there, RB could swing through his Cove.
FMI.
He's gone for the reposition.
It's still available. Of course, HFMI does not opt to use it. Needs to keep the gun out. That's roughly where RB is, but again, could have repositioned anywhere. Will he guess correct? It's all about the timing. Spots it, lands it. Beautiful. Lovely clutch, and listen, maybe it shouldn't have got that close. Maybe it shouldn't have come down to the 1v1, but it's a round on the board, nevertheless.
Tokyo abang nanti nggak
We
dikasih
saw one of
tiket.
these situations on Fractured too, where DRX were very, very close to winning the eco situation straight after the pistol round, and it damaged the option for ASE to go for an effective bonus. And I think that's what we're going to see again. You know, you think about how you're going to generate a comeback here. You need the pistol, but you really want to start doing damage in rounds like this, round 15. It's going to be hard for the
Hotel lumayan
Chinese
nggak
squad
sih
to do
bang,
that
asik
here.
bang. Iya bener, enak banget Kak
But
Rote
it still
makanya guys.
can. Flash over the top there.
With the 0 point,
Control here, yeah.
trying to find Mako and stop the one-way and stop the snake bites from being a thing. Instead, Mako, he didn't even deploy them yet.
I really like this. Could be spotting a bit of a weakness here in the defensive setups. It's, again, bring them all the way into the side. Fragment nades, snake bites, everything. Tossed into the back of Horse to clear it out, so the site should be theirs. Inside the orb, though.
And now the aggressive post-plant positions of ASE should be great.
Oh, Bunt has taken so much damage from that. They'll stick it, though, so they get themselves into the post. And it's aggressive. Like you said, Josh, Trailblazer leaps it in. Dash forwards from Foxy9. Cuts that one forwards. Where's the rest of the help? It's a team flash, but yeah, okay.
Aduh, nice.
The fire is returned. RB's quick. Just help out. Left up to Monk. No snake bites. Got the angle watched for here, but with just a Vandal. Trying to spam is dangerous. RB sticking, already gaining half. Can't quite land the bullets, and yep. Just all the way through.
Monk will be happy to save the Vandal, but also if he goes down, still enough money to buy for the next. And in that situation, DRX anticipating those more aggressive post-plant
Vandal bang,
situations
DRX bang,
and
iya
getting
kayaknya.
Stacks' utility in the right place. I mean, take a look at this from Foxy9. He's got that flash around the
Sekarang
corner.
soalnya mereka udah mulai adaptasi guys. Ntar kalau misalnya di next patch-nya itu kan pelurunya kan jadi kurang satu magazin. 25 kurang. Kalau misalnya pakai Phantom nggak enak guys buat nge-spray kan. Yang pakai Vandal katanya.
Gonna have that appropriate idea. Obviously, it was that half by 6-9 being that scoreline, but finally some rifles in the hands of ASE. Team High Tide dropped across. Stacks was not contested on that spot, so he's picking up one step closer now to the Seekers.
Yeah, and when attacking Soul Esports are trying to take B control or mid control,
Having fun with it.
They don't really have anyone deep in A. I think that's a good idea. That's what Life was saying at the press conference. You know, they were coming in to have a bit of fun with it and to learn.
Yeah, I think that's wise.
Before they arrived and before they scrimmed, they said they wanted to win the championship. But I think expectations were readdressed somewhat quickly after they got the chance to
maybe
play a little.
Practice, yeah.
which is not a bad thing.
Reckoning through. Okay, what a shot to land with the updraft. Mako was not ready for that one, could not reposition in time. Seekers let loose and across here. It's a pivot, just two players. No one's watching main this entire time. It's been contained. Foxy9 still there. Smoke dropped down. He repositions, watching.
Ya, baliknya ke A. Harus ke B lagi.
Do they really still want to commit into this one? They don't have any control of the site.
Foxy9 is going to hear them coming like a herd of elephants.
Oh, and the shot's just not quite landing here still. He's still close. Foxy9. Dash
Gak ada
now active
waktu ini,
once more.
Harus maju nih.
Back of that kill.
And they didn't leave anybody be as an option to go back in that direction.
Yeah, 15 seconds left. One to the reposition, on for the ace. And the time pressure, it's all there. Seconds ticking away, the crowd chanting, the crowd denied the chance. We'll be seeing a repeat of what Boostio was achieving,
Kelamaan
but
mainnya si Aceh, Cok.
the DRX, they can be pleased. 6 to 10, starting to now sail away with it.
Auto win sih udah harusnya.
It does feel like that. And just some unusual decisions in terms of committing to the side, but to be honest, we saw the same thing from DRX. They had that round where they almost assuredly should have taken an exit and pivoted in the first half, and instead just forced their heads into a brick wall over towards B. So
Lagunya.
both teams finding it a little hard to find the weak site. And attacking
Susah ini
going to
Aceh,
take a
Cok.
timeout here.
Kena timing mulu, Cok,
They've got
mereka.
a deficit.
Kelamaan dia
They've also
muternya.
got no money to buy.
Bingung mereka mau kemana
This one
bulletnya.
likely to send DRX up to 11. And this is where you really get to see a bit of the tier difference that we were expecting between the two teams. It's not been completely clean sailing here for DRX. You know, sometimes we've seen them in the group stage and they've just battered teams. 13-2, 13-3.
Yep.
Goodbye, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Other times they have been a bit more shaky. You know, they've still been able to sail through most of the times that they've been in the group, but you know, every now and then you just see the form is just not really up to par of where the expectations are. They are a team as well that, you know, we thought that they kind of broke through the hurdle as well, you know.
Yeah,
Champs
a
last
champion.
year, being able to make that deep run.
And then everything after Champions has been them in a bit of an identity crisis, I would say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Maybe this is the
which roster
tournament.
to run.
Maybe this is the tournament for them to figure it out. And you know, it's not just which roster to run. I think it's also like how they want their style to work too. But they've got some time to figure that out.
Yeah.
And
beginning.
they're not looking like they're in danger of losing that. Whoops, that 0 point went miles away. So RB escapes and he has all of his utility online.
Yep, still maybe intending to catch on to him. Foxy9, the dash is there. He realizes they're running right all the way through. Oh my goodness, your body blocking me. Get out of my way.
Gak dapet, Cok.
Shot. Didn't quite land there. Maybe just the movement and accuracy as well. It went wide. An exchange of the gun. So, rifle in the hand. Want to try and see that initiation.
Susah nih post plan-nya. Post plan-nya mereka tuh nggak post plan, guys. Si AC ini dimajuin, guys ya.
And still that aggressive
Mereka
post
beda,
plan.
Cok, majuannya.
They're really, really aggro.
Deep smoke again. High tide now there. No command. As soon as the first layer and wave of that util is used, it's enough to really bog DRX down. They can't use
Akan
anything to
nabrak,
break
Cok, post
past
plan-nya beda.
this chokehold, this crossfire setup. It has to be the raw duels taken, and Foxy9 swings into it. There's nobody to help him. Where's the cover? And Fire Monk!
Beda kan post plan mereka, Cok.
Lead.
Beda mereka.
He's handed that perfect chance. Potentially got a little bit more, but he does spot out where Stacks is, and that'll be easily done. So, get themselves a 7th. Massive round, yeah.
They come straight out of a timeout with bad weaponry.
Beda, anjir mereka pada gameplay
They
bisa
still
begitu.
manage to get the site and play another one of these really close post plants on B. Very much not how any team is playing this map at the moment in terms of, you know, post plant positioning and the composition that they're using too. But it does make sense for what they're running. They don't have those nanoswarms to be able to work with, so playing passive positions not going to be as useful.
Memang di set aja,
Here we
Bang.
see
Iya, nggak
YH,
post plan makanya.
the player
Beda.
that helped take all of the utility
Gameplaynya bener-bener beda,
offline,
guys.
now
Keren
pick
aja.
up and operate
He's still got
on
the op.
attack.
Yeah, I mean, they exchanged the weapons around like did. That was from DRX's side.
Ada killjoy, coy.
But yeah, picks up the operator for attack side now. I mean, it's intriguing. Definitely unorthodox.
Si ulti gimana
Lay
OP-nya
down
buat
a
nembak.
defeat through the choke point. There's a lot of util to slow them down. The Trailblazer had to wait out an Nana Swarm, and there's a flank, this deep push from Foxy9. He's got all the information in the world for his team. That's how they can afford to stack over towards A. But it is being watched for. And the shot's there.
Who needs a killjoy turret?
Yeah.
Got a KO with an AWP.
YH with the off. Magical stuff. Plant still needs to go down though, and they want to play up close inside the pit. They deny it. Chance to get into the post plant. Still, 50 seconds remaining. How does this get offset? Spike picked back up. Life's still close here. Got the judge. It's a bit of a team flash. Up close. What is that? Is updrafted.
Well, that's
going to take him out. Stacks hits a nasty shot with the reactions, and the spike eventually planted. Mako got himself a judge now as well. Himself falling from the main position. Fragment nade will push them off from the tap. Initially, a flash play to attempt a sturdy operator to try and spam with, to try and play the post to Shorty as well. It's not the right tool for the job. You just have to back away. It's all over the place. It's carnage at its core, but gets the job done, doesn't it, for DRX?
Back-to-back teams with the worst economy winning here in round 17, round 18, but flipped in the opposite direction. What is this shot? Lovely from Stack.
That is disgusting.
Lovely. And then the rest of it, ASE just struggled so much in terms of getting the plant down. They had the pit, but it didn't extend very deep into the site. Serious difficulties there, being able to get into a comfortable spot, especially with YH using operator instead of buying himself a rifle, trying to get value out of the op that they'd picked up.
No nuance in the play though this time around again. Straight forwards to the A site.
It feels so similar to Fracture when they just got to the end of the game.
Flash in the back.
It's constantly.
Life trying to set up off of it. Wasn't supported though, wasn't timed particularly well. The reckoning's there, DRX.
Ini AC mainnya tabrak-tabrakan jelas
with all the rifles.
Belum kena stun, belum kena flash.
Attempts to push through
Ditabraknya apa dia aneh banget mainnya.
And again they can't get that plant down.
Is this a playbook issue from ASE? Like I said, we saw the same on the first map. It just feels like it gets to about this spot in their attack half and they just feel like they want to go for the same thing over and over and over. 3v5 now where they're not in a great spot. They've got enough money to be able to buy for next, so they might just want to try and send this. Their positioning is so committed.
Trying to send it here. Adjustment. Foxy9 with the operator. Puts the aim down, through the smoke, pops through. Buzz is expecting. He's playing anti-flash. And yep, he expects it. HFMI was there. Plan's still being stuck though, but oh, Mako. Quick to adjust.
Udah selesai.
For it.
Quick to run down. So that's the 12th round gain here, Josh. One more step away from locking up the series.
Nabraknya aneh banget mereka, coy. Nabraknya tuh kayak belum kena stun, kenapa di dash.
Themselves in a difficult spot here. The economy is not going to be too bad. Monk though, not with very much money. The rest of the team should be able to invest into rifles.
25, 12, 13.
DRX are going to be able to. Look how many players there are on the minimap right now for DRX. They have almost everybody over here. There's only Stacks that was playing towards B, and then even he ended up joining the rest of the team. They're just not afraid of ASE running any sort of fake or pivot on them, having a lurker. They're so confident that it's just going to be a straight up A hit.
Yeah, they know it's straight up. Again, I know one's not there. Again, deep flash. Blade Storm in his hands, ripping his way across. It's so similar and allows Foxy9 the timing.
Warnanya mana, bro?
He knows what they're going for. Orb's being farmed up, takes the peak. Dash to get out.
Happy birthday, HFMI.
Yeah. It feels like a DRX that are regaining a bit of confidence, you know.
Lower bracket lah dia.
Team they play. The cams afterwards, and there's a lot of smiles, a lot of exchange of the fist bumps, but Stacks has been quite stern comparative to how he usually is. Life over the top, he's not trying to play still, the angle's watched for. Foxy9, he lands his, comes down to this.
He wants to duel.
He wants to fight, and he will take it. 3 now for him. Set up again for the ace, the shorty out, denied there, spamming through. It looks like it is finished. It looks like it's finalized, and that will do it. Series contained. DRX, they get the 2-0.
Gue bilang udah nggak mungkin bisa guys kalau misalnya udah masuk ke pro ya guys ya. Minimal dapat 1 mereka, kalau nggak dapat udah pasti 2-0 easy. Berat guys, gue nontonnya 1 match doang guys, ntar T1 gue mau keluar dulu guys. Thank you teman-teman semua, sampai jumpa di next live streaming. Thank you udah nonton, makasih udah like, share, subscribe. Jangan lupa follow Instagram gue schedule stream limit lagi. Thank you guys. Kita lanjut nobar lagi guys, tim Asia mungkin sama match yang seru. Gak setiap hari gue nobar sih. Kita lihat match yang seru, gue bisa nobar, kita nobarin guys ya. Oke. Thank you teman-teman semua, kita pindahin ke Very Hui aja deh.
Remember, this is not a tournament like lock-in. It's not single elimination. We haven't seen the end of attacking Soul Esports in this tournament.
Periwi nggak ngetik ini, Cok.
This is
Guys, thank you guys. Sampai jumpa. See you.